Most people worry about spending too much, but almost nobody worries about saving too much. We think frugality is always good, always wise, always responsible. But in my many years of teaching, I have met so many people whose lives became smaller, tighter, and more anxious, not because they spent too much, but because they were afraid to spend at all. Today, I want to talk about the hidden cost of being too frugal. A long time ago, when I was still struggling with money, I said no to almost anything that wasn't absolutely necessary. One of my mentors invited me to join a weekend workshop about emotional healing. It wasn't expensive, but at that time, I thought maybe I should save the money. That workshop ended up transforming the lives of many of my friends. And I remember thinking, I saved a small amount of money, but I lost something much larger. That was the first time I understood that frugality can also have a price. So let me ask you a simple question. Are you frugal because you're wise or because you're afraid? There's a difference. A healthy relationship with money feels calm, open, and clear. An unhealthy one feels tight, anxious, and defensive. Let's look at the hidden cost that people often don't see. Point 1. The emotional cost. When you constantly avoid spending, even on things that matter, you are training your brain to expect less from life. You start to think, I don't deserve that. It's too much for me. People like me shouldn't spend money like that. And slowly, your sense of possibility shrinks. I have met people who saved diligently for decades, but during that time, their lives did not progress. They stopped saying yes to new experiences. They became afraid of risk, even small, beautiful risks like learning a new skill or taking a short trip. This is not financial wisdom. This is scarcity turning into identity. Point 2. The relationship cost. In many couples who I have worked with, the frugal partner doesn't even realize how much emotional pressure they create. Frugality can feel like control. Don't buy that. Why did you spend on this? We should save more. But underneath the words is often something much more vulnerable. I'm scared. The other partner doesn't hear the fear. They only feel the restriction. And over time, the relationship becomes shaped by anxiety instead of generosity. I often tell people, money touches your heart before it touches your wallet. If the heart feels tight, the relationship eventually does too. Point 3. The opportunity cost. This is the one people really notice. When you're too frugal, you don't invest in yourself. You say no to books, courses, tools, healthcare, travel, workshops, mentors, the small things that can open huge doors. A person who refuses every small expense also refuses every small experiment. But your future is built on experiments. Most of the people you admire didn't become successful by saving every yen, dollars, or euros. They became successful by spending wisely on things that expanded their world. If spending a little opens a bigger future, that is not a cost. It is an investment in your life. Point 4. Flow versus fear. In my book, Happy Money, I talk about money having an energy, either flow or contraction. Healthy frugality comes from clarity. I choose not to spend on this because it doesn't truly matter to me. Unhealthy frugality comes from fear. I'm afraid that someday I won't have enough. One creates peace, the other creates suffering. When you spend with gratitude and receive with openness, money flows. When you cling and tighten, the flow stops, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. So let me offer you one simple question. Will this make my world bigger or smaller? Not richer or poorer, bigger or smaller? If a purchase expands your joy, your growth, your relationships, or your future, it may be worth far more than the money you save by avoiding it. Before you leave today, Think about one thing you have been afraid to invest in, something small, something meaningful. Maybe it's a class you want to take, a trip you postponed, or simply a gift for someone you love. Ask yourself, am I saying no because it's unwise or because I'm afraid? Money is happiest when it circulates with love. Let it flow in a way that makes your world brighter.